Hello audience. It's been a while since the last video on this car, and I haven't been able to work on it as much as I wanted to. However, quite a bit of progress has happened on it anyway, so I figured I'd show you exactly what's been going on with it, and we'll go over my future plans for this after the body's finished. Now, one big step forward we were able to do is pretty much all of the finishing bodywork on the entire back of the body. We welded up the extra holes, we finished the welded seams. It's just about ready for paint now. It's not quite. It's still on here temporarily. I can't nail it to the sills yet for reasons I'll talk about later. We've also got the left side panel and the front seat back panel in the same condition. So when it's time to paint this, it's not going to take much work before it's ready. I've also been working on installing the top brackets. Now these are later brackets that I've been converting to earlier ones just because it was all I could find, and I'll talk more about that in a future video. I knew it was going to be a lot of work, but it ended up being even more than I thought, and business as usual, it's taking longer, but I'm still getting it done. As you can see, I have all three brackets already installed on the left side. They're still kind of wonky, they need to be adjusted, but they are attached solid to the body. In the Christmas lights tour video, when I was getting this car ready to drive, I complained because even though I have an original 1913 taillight, I couldn't use it because I couldn't figure out a secure way of attaching it to the car. Well, since then, I bought a new reproduction taillight bracket, and I installed the bolts for it. So the next time we take this on the highway, it will have the proper taillight on it, like it should. We've also been working on the back seat assembly. This has also been prepped and ready for paint. Now, like the front seat, because of how difficult this is to get to when it's installed, we're going to paint it and buff it out before installing it. And since this gets assembled with the inside structure and then the body gets installed over that, we can't fully assemble the body until this is painted. So we're kind of waiting on that. And that's going to take a while because the painter is just really busy right now, but it will get done, and when it does, we'll be able to assemble the back of the body permanently. Now, once I'm finished assembling the back of the body, like I've said in a previous video, there's not much left to do on this. I need to finish up the top brackets, the rear fender brackets, finish aligning and assembling the doors. I need to buy or make a bunch of small parts, and it'll be finished. Now, my plan is around the time when this body is finished, ready for paint, I'm probably going to end the video series on it. However, that's going to be far from the end of this project, because after I get this body painted and buffed out, I have a new problem. I don't want to just throw this in the back of the garage on wood blocks. The best thing to do is bolt it back onto the chassis, and I just don't have a finished chassis for it just yet. So I need to get started on that. I do have most of everything I need to make this into a finished car. However, everything needs something done to it. For example, I have a rebuilt engine and transmission, but the magneto doesn't work. I want to fix that. I have a complete rear axle. It's in pretty good shape, but I probably should rebuild it. It's on a temporary frame right now. I've since found a brass frame in pretty decent condition, but that needs work done to it. So there's probably going to be a lot of Model T technical videos coming up as I assemble all that. And of course, there'll be videos on making the top and interior for this, which I'm sure many of you have already guessed. I plan on doing all that myself. In fact, I'm going to keep making videos on this until it's a finished car. I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to start on the chassis. I just don't have that much free time right now. However, I'm going to have to start on it pretty soon if I want it done by the time the body's ready for it. But when all that happens, you'll see it in future videos. So anyway, that's it for now. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.